I'm a simple man, don't wanna complicate ya, complicate ya. I'm a simple man, don't wanna complicate ya.
Hey guys, so as many of you know, I have a not great relationship with a certain makeup brand, which would be Too Faced. The problem is that I really want to like Too Faced, but I've always kind of had a problem with their formula. It doesn't seem to blend well for me, it doesn't seem to crease well, it just doesn't work for me. But I have decided, I have one eye palette from Too Faced, and I decided to hang on to it. And I'm going to give it another try. Now, it's kind of an old palette, okay? It is the Too Faced Matte Eye Palette, which is this right here, which I tried to see if I could find it online, and it doesn't look like they're selling this particular palette anymore. They have what they call a natural matte eye, which is more just natural colors. This one is a little bit more colorful. Okay, this is what the palette looks like here. Okay, and I have tried all of these colors. Okay, to be completely honest, I have tried all these colors, and none of them have worked for me. But, like I said, I really want to like Too Faced, and I really want it to work. So we are going to try this again. And I am going to use nothing else but the stuff from Too Faced. So I am actually going to use those top colors there. And that would be Tufted Suede, Chinchilla, and Coffee Bean. So those are the colors that I'm using there. So let's go ahead and put this on and give it a shot. So I am actually going to be going out to dinner with some friends, and I am going to road test this out and about on a cold night, and we'll see how it holds up and see what I think when I get home. Okay, so it has been multiple hours later, and I am very happy to say that the makeup actually did hold up rather well. So, I want to go ahead and discuss my feelings on Too Faced again. To start all this off, I am actually willing to maybe purchase another Too Faced palette, eye palette. I'm willing to give it another shot. I'm willing to try something else that they have. Maybe this time I won't go for a matte palette. I might try to go for one of their, they have a couple of palettes that I'm actually interested in. I just have to decide which one I'm going to go ahead and actually purchase and then give it another shot. The issues that I'm still having with this particular palette, which is why I'm kind of willing to give something else from them a try, other than a matte palette. The issues that I'm having with it is that they don't seem to blend real well. They're very, very pigmented. Okay, for the colors that I chose, as you can see, they are very pigmented. Okay, so you can see every color that I put on my eyes. One of the problems that I did have with it is chinchilla. Okay, this is chinchilla here. Okay, the lighter brown color there in the middle, that's chinchilla. I used chinchilla in the crease of my eyes, and as you can see, it's quite dark. It's actually a lot darker than I was expecting. I was expecting it to be... I used tufted suede, which is this one here, on my entire eyelid. I expected chinchilla to be a couple of shades darker and then have this be, you know, like the darker corner and everything. But when I put this on, it looked the way this should have. Does that make sense? It just seemed to be... It seemed to be like a really dark brown, which is why I ended up with this look instead of what I was going for, which was like a more kind of natural look. And I didn't get that with this, and I was a little taken aback, and you probably see, I mean, I know I sped that up and everything, but you probably see I was like blending furiously and trying to get it down because it was way darker than I was expecting it to be, but it just didn't... It didn't blend out enough. And I mean, even when I turned the camera off at one point and I just continued trying to blend it because I was trying to get it to lighten up a little because it's way darker than I was planning on going for this evening. And it just never did. So that was kind of a problem for me. Now, it did hold up very well. It didn't crease. I don't have any fallout. I don't have that. I have a tendency to collect like in the corner of my eyes here because I've got... Oh, with the skipping and everything, because I've got looser eyelids because, you know, I'm almost 40, I get a lot of skipping, which ends up causing like a collection in the outside corner of my eyes, and usually does cause fallout and everything. Now, I didn't get that with this. This didn't really have, it didn't have that powdery, dusty collection inside the pans, which didn't transfer to my face, and again, I didn't end up with any fallout. I didn't end up with anything really kind of freaky weird, and I checked on my makeup several times during the night and I didn't seem to have any of that weirdness going on. So I really like that. It's one of the few that I have seen that is like that, but I'm having an issue with the blending. That really seems to be the worst part. I mean, it was kind of a false positive on that color. It was way darker than I was expecting. It is way darker than it looks. I mean, look at that. Look at chinchilla. And then look at the crease of my eyes. Does that look like that's how it should look? Because it doesn't seem that that's the way it should look. But I am willing to try another palette. This is the only Too Faced palette that I own. It's the only one. I gave up after this. And I haven't bought anything really from Too Faced other than like maybe a lipstick. Since I got this one, and I'm thinking it might be time to go ahead and try one. I just don't know which one I want to try yet. So, if you happen to be a Too Faced fan, and you would like to suggest one of their eyeshadow palettes for me, please feel free to leave a comment below. And let me know which one I should try. And of course, because I have such a rocky relationship with Too Faced, I am willing to do another road test on a different one of their palettes. So leave me a suggestion below of what your favorite Too Faced eyeshadow palette is. And I will look into some of these. And I will see you next time. I appreciate you hanging in there with me, guys. If you liked it, please comment, like, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video.